Today's episode is brought to you by Mazars.
SoundCartel.
There's a good chance that your marketing budget has run dry, or maybe isn't what it was a few short months ago. But whatever you do, don't stop working on it. Take the opportunity to reach out to other like-minded businesses and partner up. From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. Katrina McCarter describes herself as an opportunity strategist. That means helping others discover the opportunities they might otherwise have missed. You may recognise Katrina from her highly successful Marketing to Mums business, where she's done wonders in extolling the extraordinary power of the mums market. But Katrina hasn't stopped there. These days, as a second business, she's advocating the power of marketing partnerships, and she's teaching others just how valuable this sort of partnering up can be, especially if you've got a low budget but are keen to grow fast. Heather Dawson suggests to Katrina that partnerships can mean different things to different people, but what does it mean to her?
I think of a marketing partnership is when two or more parties come together or work together for mutually beneficial outcomes. And I think that if a partnership is going to be successful, it needs to involve businesses who are not in competition with each other but share the same ideal audience.
Now, I think you believe that every business owner stands to benefit from marketing partnerships. So what are some of the benefits?
Oh, look, I actually believe, I'm really passionate about this. I believe that marketing partnerships are the fastest, lowest cost method to grow a business. And I think that, if you have a listener there who's listening to us who doesn't have a big budget or has just had their budget cut, I would be looking to use marketing partnerships in a variety of ways. So you could use it to position your business, you could use it to reduce your operating expenses or increase your leads, grow your community, or even create a whole new income stream for your business.
What do you look for in a successful partnership, Katrina?
Look, I'm certainly in the early stages of a negotiation or a conversation, I'm kind of looking for a few indicators. The first one is that they understand the importance of mutuality, that they're not trying to just sell me something. They understand this notion of mutual benefit. So that's the first and foremost thing that I'm looking for. And I want to also know that they know that needs to be an equal exchange of value. It's not just both of us benefit from it, but there's an equal exchange of value taking place. Another thing that I look for is the party's business ethics. I want to check that our values are aligned and, I'm not going to get involved in a marketing partnership with you and you're not going to then go off and spam all my community. That's going to reflect badly on my business. And I guess for the fourth thing I'm kind of wanting to get a gauge on is, has this business ever had experience with marketing partnerships before? Because that's going to give me an indication of how much time I might need to invest in terms of the negotiation and whether there's kind of any education process as well. So they're kind of a few of the things that I'm looking for in the initial conversations with the marketing partnership.
Okay, but on the other side, Katrina, where do people tend to go wrong with marketing partnerships?
Or where do I start? Look, one of the things that I've really noticed, certainly through COVID times, is that my LinkedIn inbox is full of people approaching me for marketing partnerships. And the thing that I see going wrong 9 times out of 10 that will immediately make me dismiss their message is that they don't understand the equal exchange of value. I actually had a business contact who I knew, reasonably well approach me with a partnership idea where they felt they could offer some real value to my clients. But in further conversations, it became very apparent to me that all they wanted me to do was to that they wanted to sell me something. So they had really missed that equal exchange of value. The other thing that I find, some people don't thoroughly screen their partners and they can get into all sorts of problems down the road with a partner that's not really well aligned or doesn't share the same business ethics as them. And another thing that I see that often goes wrong is that a lot of business owners, this is probably more so for the entrepreneurs, they undervalue their worth. And so when they come into a marketing partnership, they tend to offer a whole lot more value to a partner than what they're actually receiving because they're not valuing their worth. And that's something that I try and spend a lot of time on in getting people to really understand their value and what assets that they might have to play with in a partnership negotiation.
Can you give us some examples of your most successful partnerships?
Oh, yeah, sure. Look, I've used them so many different ways. In my first business, so I launched my first business back in 2011, I had an online shopping website for women, which I grew to a community of 150,000 mothers across Australia, and I never spent more than $300 a month on marketing activities. And actually, in fact, in the last 18 months of having that business, I didn't spend anything on marketing because I grew that business entirely on marketing partnerships. So each month I would run a joint competition with a large online parenting community who had the same ideal parent as mine but wasn't in competition with me. And as part of that process, they would need to sign up to both of our databases. So I would repeat that marketing partnership each month with a different online community, and that allowed me to expose my business to a huge number of different people, and that was a very, very fast way for me to grow that business. Other ways that I've actually used it is to really reduce a lot of my costs in my business. So I launched my first book back in 2016, and I was able to fund a really first-class editor for that book through a marketing partnership with a big brand, actually. And in terms of distributing that book for the first year, I had another partnership with another reasonably sized brand. I've also used marketing partnerships to position my business internationally. I every month travel over to New York and speak at the largest activity for people in the marketing to mum space, and that's all through a marketing partnership. Other things I've done just with marketing partnerships is I've sponsored my own podcast for the first year through a partnership, and I've also set up ongoing referrals through marketing partnerships. So there's just so many different things that you can do through marketing partnerships to accelerate your business growth.
Right. Well, what's your best advice then, Katrina, to help people build strong and profitable partnerships then?
Heather, I think that there's probably 3 tips that I'd love to share. And the first one is that a good marketing partnership always comes back to serving your business objectives. So start with your business objectives. If your marketing partnership doesn't help you get closer to achieving one of those business objectives, then I'd give it a big miss. Your partnerships need to deliver and add value to your business objectives. So that's the first thing that I would say. The second thing, I would say be bold and actually think outside the box. I really believe, and I've experienced it myself, that small business owners can partner with really big brands really successfully. I'm often engaged to identify potential partners for brands, and they often will bring me in just for that creative thinking, having a look at not the obvious partnerships. So I would encourage people to have a look at that. And the third thing that I would say is marketing partnerships is really a way of doing business. So it's all about consistency. With my students, I actually say to them they should be allocating 2 to 3 hours every week in nurturing new marketing partnerships or satisfying ones that you already have in and play. But it's those that really progress and get great results with marketing partnerships do it consistently, week in, week out.
And Katrina, I gather very helpfully you've drawn up 8 tips for success in marketing partnerships. What's that about?
Oh, look, that's actually just a great downloadable document which just gives you some key things that you need to be thinking about when you're identifying and negotiating your own marketing partnerships. And I'd love to share that with your listeners. So if they would like to download that, they can go and get that over on my website at katrinamccarter.com/partnership tips.
Now, Katrina, I know you've had, obviously so much success with marketing partnerships, and you now teach other business owners how to identify and negotiate their own partnerships. So tell us a bit about how that program works.
Oh, look, I'd love to. This is a really fun passion project for me. After for years, having so many clients and colleagues come to me and say, can you help me out with my marketing partnerships? I actually launched a program where I teach people the skill of identifying and negotiating their own marketing partnerships. So it's called the OUTLOUD Marketing Partnerships Program, and I run it over 6 months. So we run it twice a year, and it's really split up between learning. So we do that through monthly webinars, but there's also one-on-one coaching with me where we actually hash out and put together marketing partnership proposals, and I help my business owners and entrepreneurs negotiate their own marketing partnerships as well. So we've seen some awesome success from some of my clients who have been able to create completely new income streams for their business. I've got another client that's had a huge influx in new leads and at the same time has been able to significantly reduce their operating expenses as well. So it's incredibly satisfying for me to see people learn this new skill and take it forth for years and years to come.
That was founder and CEO of Marketing to Mums and OUTLOUD Marketing Partnerships, Katrina McCarter. And to find out how to get involved in the OUTLOUD Marketing Partnerships Program, go to katrinamccarter.com/outloud. The link will also be available in the show notes of this podcast. This episode of Business Essentials Daily is produced by the team at SoundCartel. Thanks for listening. I'm Nicole Goodman. We'll bring you more Be Daily tomorrow. Follow @BE Daily Podcast across social media and head to bedaily.com.au for more from the Business Essentials Daily podcast. SoundCartel. This episode was brought to you by Mazars. To find out more, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.